Have you ever wondered why millions of people call Lionel Messi the greatest football player of all time? Not the tallest, not the fastest, not the strongest, and yet defenders fear him. Fans worship him. And somehow, at just 5 feet 7 inches tall, he changed football forever. So what makes Messi so special? Is it his goals, his trophies, his magic dribbling? Or is there something deeper that most people never notice? By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why Lionel Messi isn't just a football superstar. He's one of the most extraordinary athletes the world has ever seen. And the craziest part, his story almost ended before it even began. Messi was born in Argentina in 1987. Like millions of kids there, he loved football from the moment he could walk. But there was a problem. At age 10, Messi was diagnosed with a growth hormone deficiency. Basically, his body wasn't producing enough hormones for him to grow normally. Without expensive treatment, he would remain unusually small. And his family couldn't afford it. Imagine hearing that as a child. Your dream is to become a professional athlete, but your own body is working against you. Many clubs thought he was simply too small, too weak, too fragile. But then something incredible happened. A club from Spain called Barcelona saw him play, and they immediately knew they were looking at something special. Legend says Barcelona offered Messi a contract on a paper napkin because they didn't want to lose him. Think about that. A boy who was considered too small was suddenly being offered a chance by one of the biggest clubs in the world. And that decision changed football history forever. Now here's where things get interesting. Most people think Messi is special because he scores a lot of goals. And yes, he scores a ridiculous number of goals. Over 800 in his professional career. But goals alone don't explain Messi. There are many great scorers. Messi is different. Because Messi doesn't just finish plays. He creates them. Imagine basketball. Think of a player who is the best passer, the best dribbler, and the best scorer, all at the same time. That's basically Messi, which almost sounds unfair. But it's true. Let's start with his dribbling. Dribbling means moving the ball while running and avoiding defenders. Simple enough. But Messi does it differently. Most players push the ball several feet ahead while running. Messi keeps the ball unbelievably close. It's almost like the ball is glued to his foot. Scientists have actually studied this. Because Messi takes shorter steps due to his height. He can change direction faster than most players. In other words, the thing people thought was his weakness, his small size, became one of his biggest advantages. That's crazy. Imagine telling young Messi, the reason people doubt you today will become your superpower tomorrow. And defenders, they still can't figure him out. Messi has dribbled past thousands of professional players. Some of the strongest, some of the fastest, some of the smartest defenders on earth. And he often makes it look easy. But here's something even more impressive. Messi rarely uses flashy tricks. No unnecessary spins. No complicated moves. He just moves. Left, right, stop, accelerate, gone. It's so simple that defenders know exactly what he's trying to do. And they still can't stop him. Which raises another question. If Messi isn't the strongest or fastest, how does he dominate games? The answer is almost unbelievable. His brain. Many football experts believe Messi sees the game differently. He scans the field constantly. Before receiving the ball, he's already checking where defenders are, where his teammates are, where space will appear. He's basically predicting the future. Well, not literally, but close enough. Researchers once found that elite football players process visual information much faster than ordinary people. Messi seems to take this to another level. It's like playing chess, except the chessboard is moving, and everyone else is running at full speed. Imagine driving through busy traffic. Now imagine making every turn perfectly, without slowing down, while 22 other drivers try to stop you. That's what Messi does. Every game. And because of that, he creates moments that don't even look possible. Tiny gaps become opportunities. Impossible angles become goals. Chaos becomes art. Which is why fans often describe Messi with one word: magic. Not because of tricks, because he makes impossible things feel normal. And then, there are the assists. An assist is when a player gives the final pass before a goal. Messi isn't just one of the greatest scorers ever. He's also one of the greatest passers ever. That's incredibly rare. Usually players specialize. Some score, some create. Messi does both. At an elite level. It's like being the best chef and the best waiter at the same restaurant for nearly 20 years. Nobody else has done it quite like him. And still, for years, people criticized him. Why? Because despite all his success at Barcelona, he hadn't won the World Cup with Argentina. The World Cup is football's biggest tournament. Think of it as the Olympics, Super Bowl, and NBA finals combined. It happens only once every 4 years, and winning it can define a player's legacy forever. Messi came close, very close. He reached the World Cup final in 2014 and lost. He lost multiple international finals. People began asking, can Messi really be the greatest if he never wins the World Cup? That question followed him everywhere. Year after year. Tournament after tournament. The pressure became enormous. And honestly, many people thought it would never happen. Then came 2022. The World Cup in Qatar. At 35 years old. An age when many footballers are already declining. Messi delivered the tournament of his life. He scored. He assisted. He inspired. And suddenly, the dream that seemed impossible was one match away. The final. Argentina versus France. Messi versus a younger superstar named Kylian Mbappé. The match was insane. Argentina led. Then France came back. Then Argentina scored again. Then France equalized again. At one point, billions of people around the world were watching. Billions. The pressure was unimaginable. And Messi, he kept fighting. He scored. He led. He refused to give up. Finally, after penalties, Argentina won. Messi collapsed to the ground. Not because he was tired. Because the journey was over. The boy who was told he was too small, too weak, too unlikely to succeed, had conquered football's biggest stage. And in that moment, something changed. The debate about trophies suddenly mattered less. Because people realized Messi's greatness was never just about winning. It's about the joy he gives fans, the beauty of the way he plays, the creativity, the intelligence, the idea that someone doesn't have to be the biggest or strongest to become the best. That's why millions love Messi. Not just because he wins, but because he represents something bigger. He reminds people that talent comes in different forms, that quiet people can become legends, that disadvantages can become strengths, and that greatness doesn't always look the way we expect. So, what makes Lionel Messi so special? It's not one thing. It's not his goals, or his trophies, or even his World Cup. It's the combination, the vision, the creativity, the intelligence, the humility, and the ability to make the hardest sport on earth look almost effortless. That's why kids imitate him, why fans adore him, and why, decades from now, people will still be talking about Lionel Messi. Because players score goals, legends win trophies, but very few athletes change the way the world sees their sport. Messi did, and that's what makes him special. If you enjoyed this video and want simple, beginner-friendly football stories explained like this, make sure to subscribe. Because football is full of incredible stories, and we're only getting started.